All right, so for the intervention over our last exam, which was South Asia, we're going to use our flowchart for politics. So your flowchart should look something like this. If not, you might want to copy this down. I'll give you a minute. Now, this chart should look familiar from the last intervention that we did together when we used the flow chart. So when we ask, is the government limited, what we're really looking at is, does it have a constitution? So if you think, is the government limited, think of it like the question, does it have a constitution? If the answer is yes, we come down here, is there a king or queen? No? Then it's a democracy. If there is a constitution and there is a king or queen, so if my answer is yes to a king or queen, then I come down here and it's a constitutional monarchy. So if I ask myself the question after looking at my scenarios in Schoology, and I don't see any mention of a constitution or people having any type of rights, I'm going to say no. Okay, so I know it's an unlimited government. Then I have to figure out, is it ruled by one or ruled by a few? If it's ruled by one person with like military backing, and that person is chosen from a military background or has the support of military, they're probably going to have a dictatorship. If they have a king or queen that rules over them all, and the next king or queen is selected from the same family, then I have an absolute monarchy. Now, if it does not have a constitution, and it's unlimited, and it says anything about some type of religious or holy text, or religious leaders ruling, or they have one religious leader ruling, then it's going to be a theocracy. If I look at my scenarios and it's unlimited and it's ruled by a few and it's the select wealthy business owners or just the military in general, it's probably going to fall under an oligarchy. Okay? So the difference between oligarchy and dictatorship is a dictatorship, you have one single military ruler that's got the backing of the military, and in an oligarchy, you might have something like a few generals that run the show and make the rules, laws, and regulations for other people. Now remember, you can find this in your social studies tab or your social studies tile in Schoology, of course. I'm in Schoology right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to fourth 9 weeks, week 32, and it's going to be in Thursday, April 27th. So if I have South Asia intervention, that's what I would click on. And I would read these government scenarios, like it says Pakistan. The Islamic Republic of Pakistan is led by a prime minister and his small group of advisors. This small group of advisors helps create the laws governing the country. So if I tail it back to my screen and I look at my flow chart, does it have a constitution? No. Is it ruled by one? No, because I look at it and it says it's led by a prime minister and a small group of advisors, and the small groups of advisors create the laws. So right then and there, I know it doesn't have a constitution. I know it's unlimited. It's ruled by a few. Is there anything mentioned of religion in that scenario? No. Is it the select few wealthy or the select few military? Yes. It's the prime minister and his small group of advisors. So I would put Pakistan under an oligarchy. Because again, it's the select few. It's either a select few group that's hand-picked, select few wealthy, or select few military. So I would write 1, Pakistan, put my colon, number 1, my first country or my first government scenario is Pakistan, and then label it as an oligarchy. Okay? So, I hope that has been helpful. Now, on the back side, you'll notice we have an amazing chart. So, on this chart, the way that it works is I have a pattern. It's 20% because person A lives in Nepal and the inflation rate is 20% monthly. To buy food for the family requires $20 a month. Person A's total income is $500 a year. The $500 a year is all the money available for the family's expenses. That's food, health, school, etc. Okay, so if you notice, this inflation rate increases by 20% every month. So down here, I would write 0.20 because that's the inflation rate. It's 20% nonstop. So now I have to figure out the rest of these boxes, right? And if I look, I can see the pattern. 20 times 20% is $4. So for month 1, it was $24 to get the food. Now this is the total spent for the year, okay? Because remember, these are months over here. So this is the total spent in the year. Okay. So far, month 1, I've spent $24. Month 2, I start off because I've already spent that $24. It's already there in month 2. So from that, I have to add that 20% or multiply that 20% inflation rate, and I get $4.80, which means my food cost for month 2 was $28.80. Now, I have to add that to the $24 to get my total spent in the year, which then I'm going to get $52.80. And that pattern continues. So every time I get this amount, I've got to add it to the cost that I've already spent. So if I add $59.71 plus $11.94, so $59.71 plus $11.94. So then my cost for food in month 7 is actually going to be $71.65. And I got to take that number add it to get the total. So then I take 238.30 plus 71.65 So now, annually, for the year, person A living in Nepal has spent $309.95 on food for the year. So, going back, so if we look at the 8th month, how much have they already spent from last month? $71.65. So that $71.65 goes here. Then I multiply it by 0.20. I think I get like 114. Let me check and make sure. Sorry, I get 14. So 20% of 71.65 is going to be $14.33. Now remember, I've got to add that to the cost it was last month to get my new cost. And then I have to do the same. I've got to add 309 to this number to get my new one. Then to answer my question, I started off only using $20 a month. By the end, how much money has been needed to buy food? Is it the same $20? Has it stayed $20? No, right? Has it become less than $20? Or has it more than doubled? If you look at it, you start off with 20. So you've actually almost tripled. You've actually gone over, a little bit over tripling what you need to buy food for the year. And so during the 8th month period, the amount of money on food is approximately blank of the total yearly income. Now to find this out, I used a little pie chart. So this total is equal to $500, the whole pie. How would I split it into fourths? Because it's asking me for fourths. So now I have 125 in each square. So once you find, once you find this number here, I'm going to ask you guys to color in approximately how much that would be down here. And then you can see whether it be 1/4, 1/2, or 3/4 of the yearly income by month 8 with that 20% inflation rate. Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me on Schoology. I hope this has been helpful.